Hi everyone, it's Desiree, and I am here for Scrapping for Less, SFL, but for a different reason. This is a mini release they launched in January. This is not a monthly subscription, but it's something that may be happening every once in a while. So for this mini release, there is a paper pad, 6x6. There's 24 sheets, 2 of each design, and they are double-sided. So this pack is called Winter in Pink, and there's light greens, 2 shades of pink, white. There's some really soft and pretty colors. Now, what's also great, we've got snowflake images, we've got tree images, but we've also got polka dots, chevrons, so you can use them, stripes, so you can interchange them. So this paper pad is really universal. It's great for backgrounds to create mats, but it can also be used for the holidays as well. So that's really cool. This is the first stamp set. Now this stamp set is called Winter Fairy House. And this is actually designed by one of the design team members. And this one here is called Winter Fairies. And I'm sure some of you know, or many of you know, Crystal. She is one of the design team members for SFL. So please, these images are absolutely beautiful, and I immediately fell in love with one. So I knew I was going to pull out my colored pencils and just have a lot of fun with this. But so many opportunities. These are bundled together, and I do apologize. This video is coming out later than what I expected, but I am literally just coming back from a little hiatus that I had to take. You can hear my voice. I've got a cold going on there, and I'm just coming out of that. So I do apologize, but let's get caught up. But as always, it'll be linked down there. So I started by stamping my image onto a piece of white sketch paper, or watercolor paper, I'm sorry, because I like the paper to have a tooth when I'm using my colored pencils. The colored pencils that I chose to use for this project are the Arteza 120 count. They have many sets. They have a 48 number, they have a 72 count, and recently they just came out with 120. So I did make that purchase myself and just had to try them. Now you may see in this video that there's a lot of points that are breaking off as I'm sharpening. Here's the disclaimer that I'm going to say on that. I cannot say if it's because of the product, the inside barrels were broken when I received it, because when I received it, I dropped it onto my floor, and it fell about 4 feet to the floor, and it was the entire case. So I can't give a proper review. Know that a review is going to come out, and there will be more coming on that. So let's get back to what we want to talk about in this beautiful image. So I am still using the colored pencils. I do like the way they color. I am going to use a 2 or a 3 color blend. When I use my colored pencils, I tend to use them just as others would when they use their alcohol markers. And I mean, for the most part, I do like to lay down a light layer, my lightest color down first over the whole image, and then I will come in and fill in with my darker shades. When I go into 3 blends for colored pencils, 2 of the blends will match, meaning there'll be tones of yellow or tones of orange, red, greens, and so forth. When it comes to that 3rd or 4th color that I'm pulling in, it's something that you would not think of. For yellows, I'm either going to pull in an orange or I'm going to go into a brown. to keep that yellow tone. When I go into an orange, I'm kind of changing that color. It's almost, that would almost be the main color. And again, there's some videos coming out where I'm going to have more on how I look at colored pencils. Again, the way that I use them is something that I've developed. I'm sure there is a proper way to use colored pencils. I enjoy them. They are my favorite medium, and I just have fun with them. When I do facial work, when I'm using my colored pencils, I will admit I have not mastered the skin tones when it comes to colored pencils. I'm practicing more with that. So what I use for skin tones when I'm working with those is I will pull in, there is one set of Copic markers that I have, and it is a skin tone set. I believe it's a 6 or 7 marker set. That is what I have. That is what I will always have. And that is what I use for the skin tones. They are the perfect colors. I know exactly where to go for my colors. I don't have to think. They've done that for me, if that makes sense. So we're going to go back into the colored pencil coloring so you can see I'm putting down a light layer. I'm not using a lot of pressure when I put this first layer down. I want to fill in when it comes to that. And I do apologize. I did zoom in here, but of course my arm is, I put the box in the wrong spot to where I'm videotaping. So I apologize for my arm to go across there. But close up, there you go. When it comes to, I put that light layer, the key to colored pencils, whether they are wax-based, whether they are oil-based, the more pressure you put down, the thicker layer you will have, the less likely you will be able to shade and blend. All right, so let me say that again. The harder you press, the more pigment you put down, the less likely you will be able to blend. Okay, so keep that in mind. More pressure, more pigment, less blend, less adding colors. The levels of lighter tones, you put light layers down, you're able to add more colors, you're able to blend more. So always start out with a light touch. It doesn't mean you can't color with colored pencils right off the bat with a heavy touch. You can do that and you can get beautiful effects. And I'm going to, again, more coming on that. So this is just general blending, general layers when it comes to the colors. So I've done her hat, the moon. Of course, the alcohol markers were done for her face and her skin. When it comes to small areas like her shoes, I'm only using one color with that, not coming in. What I do love about the 120 count set from Arteza is there are 5, first of all, lots of colors. Hello. Now, do you need the 120 count? No, you do not. You would be fine with the 48 count. The beauty of the Artezas, and I am a fan of their colored pencils. I think they are wonderful. If you're looking to start out, these are great sets, period. You don't have to go into Prismacolor. You don't have to go into Faber-Castell. These are great, and they have a wonderful price point. I will have that link down below, and I believe, you know, your price point is around $60, $70 for this set. 120 pencils. 5 of the pencils in this set are metallic. You have a silver, a gold, a champagne, a unicorn, and a blue. They are beautiful colors. So that's what I used for the cloud, just to give it a little shimmer. I am going to fussy cut this image out. Okay, so we'll go back to the card. I am going to fussy cut this image out. And I do have to admit, when I first saw this image, I heard my husband in the background. My husband sings this song, and you guys know what song I'm going to come out to. You know, would you like to swing on a star? You know, would you like to swing on a star? Yeah, I don't sing. Sorry for that. And that's all I could think about when I saw that image. So it made me smile. And believe it or not, that's what inspired me for this card. I know, it's sad. But great entertainment, I guess. I've taken some of the pattern paper. I've used my star dies from my stash. And I cut 3 different sizes. And I am going to stamp my sentiment. And it says, happy birthday. I apologize for those dings back there. And if you're hearing the wonderful rainstorm that we have here, hopefully I'll be able to get those out. So once my sentiment is stamped, I'm going to look at the placement of my pieces. Of course, these are going to be propped up. But again, with what I was thinking, and the entire time I did this video, that song was just playing. I was humming. I was literally humming. That's why I could not, I couldn't let, I turned the camera on and I started taping and talking. But every once in a while, I would just stop talking and you would hear me humming. I know there's going to be some of you who said, we would have enjoyed that. Yeah, no. So we're doing a voiceover here. So because that was in my head, I'm going to add a piece of twine using some double-sided tape just to secure it. And I'm going to have this string come from the star. I just thought it was cute. So again, you know, we can do lots of different things when it comes to our die cuts. I could have, you know, we could have had, you know, if you have those sliders, you could have made this little tiny moon slide back and forth. But I just wanted to have that image of she's just, you know, dreaming while sleeping on the moon and taking a ride on the star swinging. So yeah, I'm going to sing again and I'm not going to. Okay. So once all of that was propped up, I'm going to trim the sides using my scissors. I'm going to use my liquid adhesive, which is my art glitter glue, and I'm going to set this down onto my standard A2 size card base, which is a top folding card base. Standard A2 size is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. To accent this image, I am going to use my gel pen, the Stardust gel pen. It gives a great layer of some glimmer. And it's like a champagne color. It's not a pure silver. There's like some gold flecks in there. So it really does a great job. I'm also going to fill in the outline around the cloud that's in the background of her. I've pulled in one of my Spectrum Noir glitter pens, and that was in a peach shade, and I used that to fill in her hair, again, just to add in some glimmer and shine. So I do hope you enjoyed this project, again, using the SFL by Scrapping for Less mini release that they had. This is bundled together, and as always, I will have this linked down below for you to review. So again, I do apologize, I'm coming late to the game. Lots of things were going on, unfortunately. So again, as always, all the products I use will be linked down below, along with links to the SFL site, their blog, their shop, and so forth. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those down below as well, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, make sure you ring the bell, and hit that thumbs up. I hope everyone is having a great day. I hope you are not having the storm that I am. But most of all, always remember what's most important. Always be creative.